What is going on, guys? We have the 40th. I have been making 40 Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battles. I didn't even realize that, but it is our 40th Pokemon battle. I'm bringing the Venomoth, the Gastrodon, the Hitmontop, the Mega Aerodactyl, the Wigglytuff, and Gogoat. My opponent has the Manectric, the Aromatisse, the Crobat, the Jellicent, the Escavalier, and of course the Braviary. So really frightening, really scary. Nonetheless, this was an amazing match. My Mega Aerodactyl. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It is my Stallbreaking Stealth Rocker. So my opponent's gonna go into the Braviary. That's a great move actually, because I went into my Venomoth, did not expect him to go to Braviary. I wanted to set up ASAP, but too bad. Not sure if this Braviary is Choice Scarfed or not. If it's Choice Scarfed, it'll definitely outspeed my Venomoth, so kinda have to switch out. Gonna go for that Brave Bird, but you know, it actually does quite a lot, and there's a reason why, because it's actually Life Orb. So he's actually losing quite a lot of HP thanks to that Life Orb. He's actually switching out. He probably actually could have killed me, but yeah, I'm just gonna stay in and go for the Roost. My opponent doesn't know that I have Roost, but I guess he assumed that I did have Roost, or maybe even a Stone Edge, you know, whatever. So I go for that Roost. It's great and all. Now, obviously, Escavalier can go for the Iron Head. I mean, Iron Head will do way too much. At the same time, he can go for a knockoff, predict that switch. Regardless, I just couldn't, you know, gamble. So I had to just go into my Gastrodon. It's gonna lose that life leftovers, but at least, you know, it doesn't do too much. I'm gonna go for that Scald now. It doesn't do anything, but that's not the point. I want to get that burn, and luckily I did. He's actually gonna go for the X-Scissor. I mean, that's fair enough. It's either X-Scissor or Iron Head, right? Neither of those attacks are pretty much, you know, any good. Now this Escavalier is pretty much gone. Gone for good. I mean, it's burned. There's really no point. My opponent really should have just switched out to something, but then I realized he does have the Aromatisse, and Aromatisse has the Aromatherapy, which will heal the Escavalier's burn. So I'm just like, okay. In case he doesn't have Aromatherapy, in case he wants to go for a Toxic, I'm going to go into Venomoth. And not to mention, I can just scare it away since I'm a Poison type. But of course, he goes for the Aromatherapy. So great play, great move, wise choice, opponent. And here I'm just gonna go for the Sleep Powder. If his Escavalier has Overcoat, well, you know, that kind of sucks on me. But turns out he's not switching into Escavalier. You know, Escavalier has that Overcoat ability, which makes him immune to Sleep Powder. But oddly, he sends out the Crobat. I guess he wasn't expecting I was going to use for you know, Sleep Powder. Not to mention, both my stabs, the Sludge Bomb and Bug Buzz, is fully resisted by Crobat. But as you'll see, a +1 Sludge Bomb actually does quite a lot, thanks to Venomoth's tinted abilities. What tinted ability, you know, I mean, sorry, tinted eyes. Is it tinted eyes? Tinted lens. Yeah, tinted lens. Basically, any non-effective moves is, well, no longer non-effective. So that's why the Sludge Bomb did extra more. I finished off this Crobat, so that's pretty sweet. Now he's gonna go into Escavalier again. I'm thinking, okay, he probably has Overcoat, but you know, I'm just gonna see how much I can do. Predict that he, you know, might not even kill me with one hit, and luckily he doesn't. So I'm free to go for another Bug Buzz, and that'll finish off Escavalier. So Venomoth doing all kinds of work in this battle. So far, so good. I did lose quite a lot of HP, but you know, it's all good. Here comes the Jellicent now. I'm just playing, oh please, let me land my Sleep Powder. Luckily I did. Now he's fully asleep. Now I can go for, you know, several things. I can just go for a Sludge Bomb or a Bug Buzz, which Jellicent resists both yet again. So I'm just like, okay, let me just go for a Quiver Dance, because I know I can't even do half, especially if this Jellicent is only 50, is like especially defensive. So I had no choice. I really just had to go for a Quiver Dance and go for that Sludge Bomb, and hopefully I get to half, and luckily I do. It's a little bit over half. That's pretty great. I can kill it with the next Sludge Bomb, but he does wake up, and of course, sitting at only mere 25 HP, I unfortunately die. I kind of wish Venomoth can learn Roost. Kind of wish. So then he'll just be like a Volcarona, but even more badass. Now he's gonna go for this Skull. I was really fearing that he's gonna go for the Recover. I went to Dazzling Gleam. This is my strongest move against it, and it's not quite enough. So I'm thinking, okay, he's gonna recover this turn. There's really no point for me to stay in and waste all my PP while he stalls me out with Recover. So I have no choice but to go into Aerodactyl, but he doesn't go for Recover. Very strange. I mean, every single Jellicent runs Recover, so I really don't know why. Luckily he didn't burn me, luckily he didn't kill me, so Aerial Ace finishes it off. Now he's gonna go into Aromatisse. Now, you know, he could go for Toxic, he can go for Aromatherapy, he can go a bunch, he can go for, you know, Wish and Protect. But he has Calm Mind. I'm like, okay, fine. He wants to set up, that's fine by me because I'm a Stallbreaking Aerodactyl, I can just go for a Taunt. So he can't use any more Calm Minds and he can't even use Wish. But he has Aroma Veil. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, seriously, what is that? I've never used Aromatisse. You know, like, I played X and Y. You know, I'm aware of Aromatisse's stats and moveset and all that, but I've never heard of Aroma Veil. I mean, I guess I have heard of it, but I did not expect Taunt to not work. That's really cool. It's almost like a Oblivious, but for fairy types, I guess. So, you know, I set up my rocks, and I'm just thinking, okay, I need to get out of here now, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to attack me. Like, that's great if he chooses to attack me, and then, you know, I'm just dead, and then I can send out something new, but he actually chose to attack me. So I really wish I stayed in with my Mega Aerodactyl and just let my Mega Aerodactyl die, so I can just freshly bring in Gogoat without having to take such a huge, fat chunk of HP like this. I think he's at, like, +3 attack? He's at +3 special attack, but, you know, Gogoat still takes it pretty well. Thanks to those leftovers, I can still live one more Moonblast, unless he gets a, you know, critical. But he doesn't, and I'm in a huge pickle now. I did not expect my opponent to hit me up with that Moonblast while I switched out. I really thought he was going to keep using Calm Mind. So I'm just like, okay, let me just go for a Milk Drink to bait him to use more Calm Mind. Basically, I want to find an opening where he will not use Moonblast. I'm going to keep using Milk Drink, and he's not going to quite finish me off. And I keep using Milk Drink, and at this point, I'm pretty sure my opponent is going to go for that Calm Mind, because it's just a huge crab battle if he doesn't go for more Calm Minds. And that's exactly what he does. It's a little bit more scary, but at least now I have a window to attack. I can actually just, you know, maybe attack it, get a lucky crit or something. Just do as much as I can, honestly. That's it. He's at +4 special attack though, so yeah, it's kind of hard for me to live the next one. I mean, I think I can live it, but I don't think I can live 2. Like, go for the Horn Leech, it's actually not going to do too much. Gogoat is actually really good, but however he needs to, or in this case she, needs to use way more bulk up to, you know, prevail. And yeah, that Moonblast did not kill me, but it did way more. And I can't live another one. I can either go for a Milk Drink, but then it's, like, at the same time, it's just gonna stall him out. I mean, it's just gonna stall this battle out, and that'll actually encourage my opponent to keep using more Calm Mind, so. And that's actually not what I want. I'd rather just have this Aromatisse kill me, like, you know, ASAP, instead of keep using Calm Mind. If he's at, like, +6, you know, Calm Minds, that's a little bit fucking scary. He's at +4 right now. Now, obviously, none of my special attackers can do shit to this goddamn thing anymore, so I have to go into my Mega Aerodactyl. Keep in mind, my Mega Aerodactyl is not invested in any attack, so that does nothing. And of course, this +4 Moonblast will obliterate me. Now, my only hope left is my Hitmontop. Yes, my Hitmontop. And no, I'm not going to use Close Combat on it. My Hitmontop is my last physical attacker, and the only thing that can really potentially kill this Aromatisse is a Stone Edge. And luckily I did land it, and I just barely finished off this Aromatisse too, so had I missed, I'm pretty sure a +4 Moonblast would have obliterated Hitmontop. So here comes the Braviary now. I'm, you know, pretty much down to like 2 Pokemon now, or 3, so I'm just like, okay, well, let's just let this, you know, Hitmontop die. He's actually gonna go with Brave Bird, and thanks to my Mach Punch, along with this Brave Bird, it'll actually take out this Braviary too, so I'm kinda glad, you know? If I go down, this Braviary shall go down too. Now, my opponent has one last Pokemon left, the Manectric. So I'm like, okay, I know exactly who I'm gonna switch into. I'm gonna go into that reliable Gastrodon. Gastrodon is just so good. And I'm just hoping that he doesn't have like HP Grass or some shit. I've never seen HP Grass on Manectric. They usually just have like you know, HP Ice, but he doesn't. He does not have HP Grass. He has the Flamethrower. It's his best attack, honestly, because, you know, Electric can't do anything. Gets a crit, but he doesn't get a burn, so, you know, this Earthquake will do a decent amount, but keep in mind, he did drop my attack next to the Earthquake, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Any attack will finish it off. He will go for the second Flamethrower, and he actually gets that burn. And I use my first Scald. And that shall take out my opponent's last and final Pokemon, Manectric. Save the best for last. But there's no match for Gastrodon, so a huge thanks to Tomoyo for issuing this awesome challenge. And if you guys like this battle, be sure to leave that like, make sure to comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.